What's up? What's up to all my frugalistas, my thriftinistas, and my fashionistas? It's your girl, Goddess Around Me, and today we're doing something a little bit different. Adera Brown Design sent me some of her handcrafted fabric. She's a surface pattern designer, and she drew this and she sent it to me, and I'm about to show you how I turned it into this. It's giving 80s. It's giving so much of just different high fashion, and I am in love. Again, I want to show you this fabric because she drew this and she sent it to me in a jersey stretch fabric, which is my favorite, and it stretches 4 ways, as you can see here. So we're gonna start with showing you this fabric again, because just look how beautiful that is. That is so pretty, so abstract, and it's so different, and it screams me. So I started by making a pattern out of a different fabric, and I laid our fabric out here, and I folded it over once, and once I got that folded over, I folded it over again. This is my go-to method for cutting out a front and the back, because you don't have to cut out twice, you just cut out once. So I took the pattern that I made and I laid it on the fabric, like I said, double folded, and I just cut it out. And once I got that cut out, I went ahead and I separated the pieces, which that clip will be coming up soon. I don't know why my clips are so long, y'all already know. Separated the pieces, and I changed the neckline on one of the pieces to make it into my front piece, as you can see here. Oh, that fabric is so pretty. So I just separated those pieces and I folded it back in half and changed the neckline, as you can see here. And once I was done changing that neckline, I just went ahead and opened it back up, and I laid that back piece back on top of the top piece. So now we have 2 distinct pieces. We know which one is the front and we know which one is the back. You see how simple that was? Use the double fold method, ladies. Just use it, okay? Because it just makes your life so much easier. It's so simple to do. Once I did that, I also made a pattern for the sleeve that I cut out to match the armholes, and I did the double fold again. Double folded, and you are able to cut out both of your sleeves at once without having to cut them out twice. Okay, you see how this method has literally changed the way that I cut out my patterns. Yeah, it's the way that you should do it too. Okay, so I cut out that sleeve and laid them right sides together. I really gotta stop making my cutting clips so long, because y'all get the point. I cut it out like so I sewed around the side seams and the shoulder seams of the top, and then I took my sleeves and I folded them right sides together and just stitched down the open edge. And I made these sleeves a little longer than my arm length, because I wanted them to give that, flowy effect, if you know what I mean by that. I flipped them inside out, both of my sleeves, and then I took the top piece. I believe that's the clip that we're going into. Let's just see, because these clips are long for no reason. So I took that top piece and I left it inside out, but flipped my sleeves right side out, and then I tucked them inside of the top. Okay, and then I pinned all around that shoulder seam, that armhole, just to close that up and make sure that it was connected correctly, as you can see here. Oop. I be wanting to cut all those clips out, but you know what? At this day and age, I really don't care. So, yeah, we're taking those pins and we are pinning all around the armhole, connecting the sleeve to the armhole. And as you can see here, we're gonna sew all around this area where our pins are, right? And when we flip it inside out, we've got a top. You see that? Yeah. There are no sewing clips in this video. I'm just telling you how to do it and then showing you the outcome. So now we're going to create a neckband. Is that what it's called? I am just so confused right now. But It's like the turtleneck thing without it being fully connected. We're only connecting it on the back area. So I just took some scrap fabric and I folded it over to make sure it was the same length as the neck hole opening, double folded twice. And I cut that out, and then I cut it even, cut it a little shorter than what that scrap piece was. And all I'm gonna do is open it and sew along the open edge and leave the two shorter ends open. So once I do that, I'm gonna take some Velcro, right? This is some Velcro because I wanted to make sure that this would be able to get over my big old head. So what I did was just folded in those open ends, the shorter open ends, and took that elastic piece, pulled it apart, and I made sure that it was laid out correctly. And I folded in the short edge and put a pin in it. And it took me a minute to get the pin in it. But I did get the pin in it, and I ended up pinning the other side as well, and sewing that in a rectangle shape so that when you come back from doing that, it's able to just close up and open when you need it to. So in this clip, you see me attaching the Velcroed end, the Velcroed side to the back, but I actually ended up taking that apart because it didn't make sense. And I put the Velcro part in the front. So I'm doing the same exact thing that I did here. I just changed where the Velcro was. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So I just sewed along and made sure that it was connected correctly and sewed along that edge. And that's gonna complete our top. I decided not to do any hemming because this fabric does not fray and it just flows very well. So I took my favorite yoga pants with the rest of the material and I traced out the flat lay on the back. And then you will see me flipping the pants over. Once I get done doing that, I'm gonna flip the pants over and make sure that I mark where that center point is so that I don't, move it too far over when I do flip it over. And I'm just going to define some of those lines and I'm gonna trace around that as well. Can't really see the lines that I'm making on the video, but it's because I'm using a blue pen. And the blue pen tends to bleed through lightweight fabric like this. So I was trying to be very, very light-handed, but you can see basically what I'm doing and you'll see it when I cut it out. So I'm just tracing around the layout of these pants and creating a flat brick-like pattern and then I'll show you how to put them together. It's very simple. This is the easiest way to make shorts, easiest way to make pants. In my opinion, like I said, I'm cutting this out and you can see what the shape is. It's the front of the pants and it's the back of the pants, just laid out flat. Whenever we get to that point, because my cutout clips are so long for no reason, because you know that I cut it out, because I told you I cut it out. You saw me cutting it out. I don't know why this clip is so long, but it is. And for some reason, I'm just sitting here in this clip. I don't know why. So in this clip, you will see me tracing out this shoe. I'm tracing out this shoe because I want the pants to be fully covered. Like I want the whole shoe to be covered. I want it to be like thigh-high boots. And I actually ended up cutting off the top of the pants that I made, which y'all see later. So I'm tracing out the side profile of this shoe. And then I'm going to cut that out 4 times. Right? It looks wonky, it looks crazy, but it works, okay? So I'm just cutting out the side profile of the shoe, and then I'm going to cut it out again. Here we go with these long ass clips of me cutting out things, and you get the point. And I decided to show you me cutting out the side profile again, so that you can see that I cut out 4 layers when I didn't have to leave those clips in, but we did, so we're here. Now I'm going to be cutting out the bottom, or tracing out the bottom of the shoe, right? And then I'm going to cut off the heel part because that's where the heel is going to go through the fabric. Okay, so when we connect it, you'll have a hole. So now I'm going to take those 2 pieces and I'm going to only sew along the top and the back part of the shoe. I mean the boot cover. And once I do that, I'm going to take the bottom part and connect it in this way. I don't really know how to explain it with words, but you can see that it is the open part of the side profile and the bottom part of the shoe that I'm connecting together. Heaven X Ave has a great detailed video on how to do this on her YouTube channel. This is where I learned how to do this, is from her. And she's very good at explaining what she's doing and showing you how to do this if this was not thorough enough. But you can see that it's all sewn together, pinned together, and we're going to sew it down to essentially make a sock. Okay, so now we're going to move back to those pants that we started, and all I'm going to do is sew down the crotch areas, the curved parts, just those parts by themselves, that part and that part. Okay, and once we get done with that, we're going to come back and do a magic trick, flip. Did you see the flip? That flip is always my favorite part. Then we're gonna sew down the crotch area and the leg openings, and we're gonna have a pair of pants. It's so simple. It's so simple. So once I do that, I'm coming back and I am deciding to, what am I doing in this clip? Oh, okay. This is where we're going to connect those little sock booties. So we're going to leave those right side out and turn the pants inside out. And we're going to stuff those little sock booties inside of the pants, making sure that the back part is facing the same way on both legs. Okay? Because whatever way that it's facing is going to be the back. So the part with the hole on it is facing up. So when I pin the next one, I want to make sure the part with the hole in it is facing up. And this is if you want to keep them wholly as pants. You know, you don't want one of your sock booties to be facing one way and the other one to be facing another. It's just not going to work out. So I'm pinning that all around and I'm going to sew that up. And then we're still pinning. I need somebody else to make my YouTube videos for me because I'm just over the long clips, okay? So once we got them all sewn together, when you pull them out, they should look something like this. It looks a little wonky on the flat lay, but once you pull them over your shoes, they'll be perfect, as you'll see in the clip before when I showed you the outfit. Okay, so this is where I decided to cut them into just thigh highs and to cut away the shorts part of it. I got a whole nother pair of shorts now, little cut shorts to wear in the house, right? Okay, so I separated them. As you can see now, they are like thigh high boots. All you're missing is the shoe. All you have to do is put the shoe in there, and you know that's really going to complete that. I'm going to add some 1/4 inch elastic around the leg opening itself. And y'all have seen me do that a million times. You know, adding this elastic, just stitching on top and then folding it over to close up the showing of the elastic, right? Or my little dreadlocks, my little baby locks. And yeah, I just measured around and stretched it out around my thigh to make sure that it was the right size that I needed. And I took it to my machine and stretched it and sewed it and stretched it and sewed it until I got from one end to the other. And that's really going to complete this tutorial. That's it. And that's how you come into some exotic shit like this. I just think this is so cute. I actually ended up making a whole nother outfit out of it, but I didn't show it here. You might see it on my TikTok, and I did not do a tutorial for the other outfit. But I appreciate y'all for coming through with me and sewing with me today. Make sure you follow me on all my socials. And thank you so much. I hope y'all have a good day. Love you. Bye.